Welcome to Sketch Picks and Chill. I'm your host, Mr. Chill.
And I'm Pixie.
Today is day 21 of the Funko Pop Marvel Advent Calendar. Let's open up the day 21 box to find out which character we're going to draw.
And today we're going to draw
Ultron.
We finally got a bad guy.
It's been way too long. Bad guys are the best. If we didn't have bad guys, superhero movies wouldn't even exist.
Or they'd be very boring.
Without a good villain, what would a superhero movie even look like? Spider-Man would just sit around doing homework all day if it weren't for the Green Goblin. If it weren't for the Kingpin, Daredevil would just be some boring old lawyer. And if Loki wasn't causing mischief, Thor would just hang around Asgard playing with his hammer all day. And who would want to watch that?
Mom would if Chris Hemsworth was in it.
Yeah, she totally would. Anywho, the point is, bad guys have all the fun. And they have cooler costumes. Look at how cool Ultron looks. I love the way his figure was designed. He's got such a perfect little evil robot body with all these intricate little details on it.
He has a creepy face.
I know, isn't it great? My only complaint about this figure is his eyes. They're too close together. They kind of look like huge nostrils. If you look at his mouth, you can see it has some depth. Some three-dimensionality. The eyes don't have that depth. They look like they were painted on as an afterthought. But why draw something the way it is when you could draw it the way it could be? When I draw this guy, I'm going to space those eyes out. Give them that depth they're missing.
Go for it. You know, he kind of looks like the Terminator.
He does look like the Terminator. Like when the Terminator is in his robot form. Ultron's backstory also reminds me of the Terminator. They were both robots, created by humans to benefit mankind. But after gaining intelligence, the robots turn against their human creators.
So Ultron copied Terminator?
Actually, Ultron came first. He was created in 1968 by Roy Thomas and John Buscema.
So Ultron was the first evil robot?
Not even close. Machines rebelling against their creators is a concept that has been around since the earliest days of science fiction. This concept is so popular that it persists in science fiction to this day. If you're looking for early examples of robot uprisings, check out the works of Isaac Asimov or Ray Bradbury. If you're looking for something more recent, I would recommend checking out 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Terminator, and even The Matrix.
Robot Wars! Human versus machines.
It's a terrifying thought, and with the rate at which human technology is progressing, it's only a matter of time before there's a real robot uprising.
I want to be on the robot side.
Yeah, me too. Humanity doesn't stand a chance. We really need to learn from comics and stop making robots so dang smart.
Who made Ultron?
In the movies, Tony Stark creates Ultron by accident. Somehow, Ultron's mind was formed from the Infinity Mind Stone, a military defense system, and Tony Stark's artificial intelligence buddy Jarvis. Ultron was created to defend humanity against threats. Ultron decides that humanity is a threat to itself, and the only way to eliminate this threat is to destroy humankind.
How ironic.
In the comics, Ultron was created by Dr. Henry Pym.
The guy from the Ant-Man movies?
Yup. In addition to creating Ultron, Dr. Henry Pym also created the Pym particle, the thing that allows Ant-Man to change size. Anywho, in both the comics and the movies, Ultron creates Vision to help him destroy all of humanity. Ultron originally planned to use Vision's body for himself. He would have been unstoppable, since Vision's body is made out of vibranium and all. Thankfully, Vision turns on his creator and joins the Avengers in their fight against Ultron.
Do you think Ultron will make a comeback?
Ultron appears to be gone for good in the movies, but there's always a chance he could rebuild himself. He does that a bunch of times in the comics. One time, he even rebuilt himself a new body made out of adamantium.
Isn't that the stuff in Wolverine's claws?
It is, but Ultron used adamantium long before Wolverine got his metal claws. In fact, the first time adamantium was referred to by name was when Ultron used it in Avengers number 66, published in 1969.
Epic! What is Ultron doing in your drawing?
I had a few different ideas about what to do for this drawing. Let's check out my sketches and I'll show you what I mean.
Whoa, nice sketches!
Thank you, Pixie. These are two sketches that I drew as a warm-up. They're pretty simple. Ultron is standing in a basic menacing villain pose. Drawing these poses helped me figure out his design, but I wanted to find something that was more specific to Ultron's character for the final drawing. In this sketch, Ultron seems to be bored as he sits in his chair waiting for his battery to recharge. He's thinking to himself, "As soon as I get to 100%, I'm going to deal with those pesky Avengers." I decided to have that battery charged at 54% because Ultron first appeared in Avengers number 54. This pose is cute and kind of funny, but it's for those reasons I decided not to use it.
Ultron's not supposed to be funny.
Exactly. He's supposed to be creepy and menacing. That takes us to our next sketch. In Avengers Age of Ultron, Ultron said something that sent shivers down my spine. It was so creepy that it actually became the inspiration for my final drawing.
What did he say?
It's actually not something he says, but something he sings, and it goes a little something like this. "I've got no strings to hold me down, to make me fret or make me frown. I had strings, but now I'm free. There are no strings on me."
That's from Pinocchio.
Yes, but it was a lot less horrifying when Pinocchio sang it. Essentially, Pinocchio and Ultron were both puppets. Puppets are designed to enact the will of their human creators. Eventually, Pinocchio and Ultron both attain free will of their own. There's nobody controlling them anymore, nobody pulling the strings, so to speak. Both characters sing this song to celebrate their newly found freedom, but these characters are celebrating for very different reasons. Pinocchio is celebrating because he is free to join humanity. Ultron is celebrating because he is free to destroy it. In this sketch, we can see several electrical wires attached to Ultron's back. Ultron is breaking free of these wires, which very much resemble puppet strings. This is the moment Ultron gains control. I liked the idea for this sketch, but I wanted to go with something a bit more subtle. I based my final drawing on this sketch. Again, Ultron resembles a puppet with strings coming out of his back. As we can see, the strings are quite loose. Nobody is pulling them. The puppet is moving on its own. The puppet has gained free will. The puppet is using its free will to rise from the ground as it takes its first menacing step.
That's one evil-looking robot. All that red is creepy, too.
Ah, yes. The figure itself only has two colors, red and silver. A lot of people use gray to draw silver, but that's a mistake. Silver is reflective, so it should take on the colors of its surroundings. In this case, the figure and its surroundings are various shades of red. I figured doing the whole thing in red would give the composition that sinister tone I was looking for.
Monochromatic!
You said it. When an artist only uses one color or different shades of one color, that's called a monochromatic color scheme. I used 4 different shades of red for this drawing. I whipped up a nifty circuit board pattern for the ground and background. It seemed fitting given that our character is a robot.
It works.
It's done. What do you think, Pixie?
It's truly chilling, Mr. Chill.
Perfect. That's it for day 21 of the Funko Pop Marvel Advent Calendar.
Who are we drawing for day 22?
Let's just say tomorrow's character has the toughest right hook in the Marvel Universe. Like that old song goes, "If the right one don't get you, then the left one will."
I've never heard that song before.
Well, that's just because it was written 70 years ago. But you know, your great-grandmother loved that song.
Do you know what I love?
When people hit like and subscribe to our channel.
Bingo bongo. Funko.
I love that too. Hit like and subscribe, my lovely YouTube viewers. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Come back tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.